Alright, Joe here, welcome back to We Need to Talk. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Now TV. You can stream on the go with a Sky Sports mobile month pass for just £5.99 by clicking the link in the description below. Anyway, We Need to Talk is the show that looks at football on the internet over the past 7 days. 7 days that has seen Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville audition for Strictly Come Dancing. Sergio Aguero also show us some moves. And the worst throw-in attempt since Adam Templeman. But anyway, this week we need to talk about Manchester City. Last week you guys may well remember that I exposed Chelsea. I didn't really, I just kind of reported news that was exposing Chelsea and the fact that they were going to get a 2-window transfer ban for illegally signing 92 under-18 players. What might that have to do with Manchester City though, I hear you asking? Well, Man City have done something that's pretty much exactly the same. Now, they haven't been doing it on the same scale as Chelsea, signing hundreds and hundreds of under-18s from tiny foreign teams for absolutely nothing whilst promising bribes to the family, but they have been doing it with some particularly high-profile individuals, allegedly. Can't see me now. That's because the FA are investigating Manchester City over a supposed £200,000 payment to the agent of Jadon Sancho to secure a move from Watford to Manchester City when he was just 14 years old. The investigation was brought about after allegations made by Der Spiegel, aka Football Leaks, who basically make a living from exposing footballers' contracts. Good housery. In the article, Der Spiegel basically detail emails sent from Manchester City employees to Asabi in which they say things like scouting services agreed in relation to Jadon and his agent and claim that the money was an agent's fee. Now that is where they've made a pretty disastrous mistake because it would breach FIFA and FA regulations that prevent agent fees from being included in any deal involving an under-16 footballer, and at the time, Jadon Sancho was just 14 years old. Another email from an alleged lawyer of Manchester City details the salary that City are going to pay Jadon Sancho despite the fact he is just 14 years old at this point, and the bonus structure they're putting into his 14-year-old contract. It's absolutely outrageous, to be fair. I mean, literally going around the rules, but they've been exposed for it. So if this does happen, they can expect a ban on all under-18 transfers, or at least that's what's happened to Liverpool when a similar situation happened to them, and they were illegally poaching a 12-year-old from Stoke. Very dodgy. But as it's Manchester City, some of the punishment might be even worse because they're also being investigated for breach of FFP. So far, City have kind of refused to comment on the scenario. They've said, so far, it's an attempt to damage our reputation as a club. All seems a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? As to whether or not they're eventually found guilty remains to be seen, but at this time, they could be facing similar sanctions to Chelsea. Transfer ban incoming! Thankfully, they've already got, a pretty good squad and in fact, the best manager in the world. So they probably won't be too badly damaged. Moving on to the good, the bad and the ugly. The good this week comes from Diogo Dalot, Manchester United's now right winger apparently, because still won't buy one of those. Nice job against Palace, Diogo. We're talking about Dalot as the good because this week he actually bought his first ever football team called Fintas Football School. A new team coach with his wages. Apparently back in the day, they never used to have a suitable team bus to drive the team around. So Diogo Dalot has stepped up. Top gesture from a man who's just 19 years old. This sort of stuff doesn't get enough coverage in football, so well done Diogo Dalot. Moving on to the bad, and it comes from last weekend's headline team, Chelsea, who are up to their old house tricks. This week, they were asking fans on Twitter for suggestions on who to sign. Seriously. Banter FC Chelsea have become now. They've honestly entered the banter era. They're fully immersed. First Kepa is managing them. Now they're asking for signings from the fans. What's next? In fact, they can't even sign anyone, can they? They've got a transfer ban. Unless they appeal it, then they shouldn't be tweeting that at all. You can't sign anyone, you bloody knobs. And we finish with the ugly, which comes from Celtic, where Chris Hamill is weeping into his green and white hanky. Doesn't own a hanky, I don't think, because he's not 80. But equally, Brendan Rodgers left the club, guys. Very emotional times, you know. Trading, in the words of Celtic fans, immortality for mediocrity. Never a Celt, always a fraud. You know, I mean, it is ugly if you're Brendan Rodgers, but equally, can you really begrudge him it? It's Leicester. I mean, I kind of think it's a step sideways, but some people would say it's a step up. Do you think it's a step up? Vote in the poll. Is it a step up, a step down, or a step sideways? Because either way, the Celts hate him. They fucking hate him already. Okay, it's that time of the show. It's FD Ultras, where you send in your comments about a Football Daily team member, and I read them to that person. Last week, we asked you guys to complete the sentence, Doogie is the type of guy too. And who is it? It's Doogie Critchley in the building, everybody. Are you excited, Doogs? I
am. Ready for a roasting.
Okay, well...
Do your worst, people.
Okay, I'm going to start with the most liked.
Okay.
200 liker.
Wow. Very popular.
Doogie, the type of guy to apologise to a tree after losing to it in a fight.
Yeah, no, I didn't apologise to it, but I should have. It absolutely whooped my ass. It completely took me down. Yeah, still, I think it's pretty much healed now, but yeah, that was a nasty, nasty fight with that tree.
It has, man. There's not going to be a scar, I don't think.
Yeah, it should be all right, but yeah, got way too drunk and serves me right.
It does serve you right. I'll be honest, quite a lot of the comments were hair related.
Go on.
So I have just grouped a few together.
I'm ready.
Doogie is the type of guy to tell you that David Beckham has had a hair transplant.
I was right though. I proved it on Twitter. He has had a hair transplant.
He's convinced it's a conspiracy.
He has had a hair transplant. There's no issue with it. You know, it's something that I might consider if I become a millionaire. But yeah, he has. It's something that you notice. I was saying this on the podcast. It's something you notice as you lose your hair. Suddenly, you know, there's all these messages on the tube being like, get a hair transplant, Doogie, get a hair transplant. You've lost another couple. So I am increasingly aware of it. And him, Zola, I can't really think of anyone else.
Conte,
100%, big time.
Now.
So yeah, he definitely has.
Well, Warren has another suggestion.
Go on.
He says, Doogie is the type of guy to shave his chest hair and use it to cover his bald patch.
No. Lots of people have recommended that I do a bit of waxing, maybe
you
a
are
bit of plucking.
Extremely hairy.
Yeah, I mean, you want to shave me for your vlog.
I do. I want to vlog. I want to vlog me doing a full body wax of Doogie Critchley. If you want to see that, then please do leave a comment below.
I've just got something to. I'm new to this YouTube game. I don't really want to get my top off and start getting waxed.
Don't lie, Doogs.
Plus, you need a load of wax. Yeah, not possible. Logistically tricky.
Doogie Critchley is the kind of guy to ask Wayne Rooney for hair advice.
Wazza, I think that was a good hair transplant actually. His was off pretty early too. But no, I don't really like Waz's current lid. But that might be more to do with his face as well. So it's a tricky one.
Okay. Do you know what we should have done? We should have asked people to send in players and we should have had you review hair transplants.
Yes, yeah, much better.
Maybe we'll do that next week. If you want to see Doogie reviewing hair transplants next week on this show, then, you know, hit the like button and also leave a comment below. We'll put a hashtag on screen. I don't want to
New segment called Baldies Unite.
Baldies Unite. I mean, it's unique, isn't it? So if you want to see that, then let us know in the comments below. Couple more then before we finish up. Doogie is the type of guy to wear a half and half scarf to a funeral.
No, that's horrible. No, but I have been guilty of buying a half and half scarf at my first Sunderland Newcastle derby.
Oh my God!
Not realising that it was completely taboo and looked like a complete prick at the game.
Is there a photo?
No, there's not a photo, but I do still have the scarf. Not good.
Well, the last one is also death related. Doogie is the type of guy to get buried in a Sunderland shirt.
Did you see that on Sunderland Till I Die, that they do coffins in Sunderland colours?
No.
I was thinking.
What?
On Sunderland Till I Die, the documentary.
I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, you idiot! Get finishing it. No, they do like red and white coffins. You can get draped in the colours. You know, I might consider it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. If my wife, if she ever exists in the future, would be up for it.
That means he's about to propose to Grace. So no. Grace, you know, watch out.
You should be so lucky.
Hey. So that's it for this episode of We Need to Talk. As I said at the start, make sure you click the link in the description below to get your Sky Sports mobile month pass for just £5.99. There's some big games this weekend. It's Derby Day on Sunday, Fulham versus Chelsea and Everton versus Liverpool. You can watch both of them on Now TV. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.